So to get back into making another video in my personal vlog playlist and just to have something to post midweek before the weekend when I make most of my videos. Here we are up to personal vlog number 92, and it's kind of a piggyback in the other side of the coin of personal vlog number 46, where I talked about where social media is good for past connections, and coincidentally it just works out to be double 46 to 92. Well, 92, I'm going to talk about where social media can be actually a bad thing. There's definitely how we changed our perspective on connecting with others. I guess maybe you can say even more during these times. But social media can also be a bad thing, where it talks about in 46 about being a good thing on making past connections. But if you're not careful on what you post on social media, let's say on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or whatever, sometimes it can bite back others. Although I still think that's where you gotta draw the line on where's the statute of limitations, where, there's definitely been a lot of cases where someone gets dug up from a bad take they made on social media like 10, 20 years ago, that then all of a sudden they get in trouble and, all of a sudden their life gets canceled. Let's say if you're running for election, it's definitely harder to think to run for elections now, especially when you have candidates on the other side trying to dig something up on social media and say, oh, this candidate, he had a bad take on social media 15 years ago, let's put it out to the media. And of course, some people just like to be stupid, but stupid things on social media that eventually they will get in trouble. And obviously, I try to be as careful as I can on what I post. Not only family on social media, but employers, and also the fact that employers are also looking at social media profiles for potentially hiring a candidate. But that's where one example that could be a bad thing is it gives another indicator to look for someone to profile on, in addition to just the usual calling references back in the day. But I would say just what you post on there could potentially bite you in the end. And I think some younger people, where I didn't have social media when I was a young kid, where I didn't have YouTube to make videos, and it's where you have to be careful at what you post now, as it could bite you in the end later. But sometimes you gotta wonder about where the statute of limitations is as well. But I know that being a sports fan, you also hear some juicy gossip about things in the past that obviously has gotten some people in trouble, as you can, what I'm alluding to as a Calgary Flames fan and head coach, where a take that happened 10 years ago changed his life. But also, you can also debate about social media, where on one hand it makes us more connected with everybody, but on the other hand it almost seems to disconnect us from others as well, because we have more virtual connections instead of face-to-face like the old days. But that's where I kind of go back to 46, where you make those past connections as well. But basically what I'm getting to for where social media can be a bad thing is the fact of what you post, but it also seems to make people a lot more divisive and like to be even more controversial when it comes to politics, or let's just say policies about wearing a mask, where if you got to go out in public you need to wear a mask, especially where it's bylaw. And you get people that go off the deep end that thinking they're exempt or beyond it, which you can probably say that's another case where social media can be a bad thing. But what do you think about social media and seeing both sides of the coin? I got personal log number 46, where I said it was good for making past connections, but I figure I have to look on the other side of the coin, and where it could be a bad thing in terms of if you post something bad, that's your own fault, especially if it's going to be extra controversial. I know some YouTubers have gotten in trouble with that, and there's others that are much younger that aren't full adults yet, that they purposely try to be extra controversial. But what they always say, what you say on the internet stays on the internet, which that's where you gotta be careful. And I try to stay within the boundaries myself when I post on social media, especially with fans, especially obviously fans, but family, employer. I don't think I do anything on social media that's too extra controversial anyway that I should be worried about it. But you just never know. You could make a take about something 10 years ago, it suddenly gets digged up, and then you got to defend yourself somehow. But that's what I say. So anyway, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, home to Flames, Hitmen, Roughnecks, and Stampeders, I mostly do Calgary sports on my YouTube channel, but I also occasionally do some secondary content like personal vlogs where I just talk about something that's on my mind, or do have some attempt at comedy, and it is what it is. I try to find something that's similar to like a personal vlog, but try to be funny on it. I also do share my experience with them on the road or as supported it. So if that all sounds like the interest to watch, do follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey. You know what you need to do, just make sure you like, subscribe. I also have my other social media links down in the description below for other ways you can follow me. Funny, I'm talking about social media on this personal blog, but I'm promoting other social media platforms, but on those platforms you can find other ways you can stay in touch with me and get any updates on the channel and what I plan to do in the future. So anyway, I don't have any actually Calgary sports gear on, but I just want to say I'll see you in the next video.